Hello everyone, this is Mosham from BlockMonk. So in today's video, we are going to see how we can change the WordPress settings that will impact our SEO ranking. So I will give you a general idea about all the settings present in WordPress by default. So the setting page, they will control some of the most basic configurations about your website, like the site title, which is basically the name of the title which you give to your website. And in most themes, this is what is being displayed at the top of every page. As you Next, we have the site tagline. Tagline is something which explains what your site is all about. I will give you an example of my website and I will show it to you. It has to be short so that people can read it quickly, but it also has to be explanatory so it explains what the whole website is all about. Along with that, we will see what is the WordPress URL or site URL, and then also the email which you give to WordPress so that WordPress can communicate with you regarding the administrative maintenance of the WordPress. Along with that, whenever you add a user, so what should be the default role of the user, that also we can change over there. Along with that, we will see that what is the WordPress dashboard language, that also we will see. And then how can we change the time zone. Along with that, what is ping? There is a mechanism called ping. Now ping is basically by which WordPress or any other blogging software, they notify the search engine that an article has been added. So whenever you add any content in your website, this ping mechanism of the blogging software, it notifies the search engine like Google or Bing or other search engines. Now WordPress pings already, it has a pinging URL present in your WordPress when you install it. Apart from that, there are other URLs which you can add manually. This is the list of all the valid pings. You will find this list in the description and also in the comment section. So if you want it, you can copy and paste it over there. I will show it how you can do it. Is pinging the best way? Pinging will help you index faster. By index, I mean that whenever you write an article, how will Google or any other search engine understand that you have written an article? So that is done through the mechanism called indexing. So whenever the WordPress pings the search engine, it tells the search engine that yes, some content has been updated. Kindly come to the website and see it and index it in your database. So it is not a very key factor, but nevertheless it does help. Now if you have structured your WordPress as per the guidelines which I will be explaining in the future videos, in that case this ping service will not be of great help to you. There is a reason I personally am not using this ping service. I do not put those links, but if you want, you can do it. There are other on-page and off-page SEOs that needs to be done in order for your website to rank faster in search. So we will discuss those things in some other videos. Today's topic is all about settings of WordPress. So these are the valid pings which are available. You will get it in the description and in the comment section below. Along with that, you can also in the recent WordPress, what they have done is that by default they have given the privacy policy. They have mentioned the privacy policy. You can also update your privacy policy. We will see what it is. So what is a privacy policy? It is a statement or legal document that shows how the company collects the data from the user. So we will also discuss about that. So let's start. First of all, you need to log in. Once you log into the WordPress, you will find the settings in the left hand side. By default, it will have general, writing, reading, discussion, media, permalinks and privacy. These are the options which will be present to you. So let's start with the first, which is the general. In the general, the first is that the site title, that is the name of the website. Now when you install the WordPress, you already have to give the site title and the site tagline, but then you can also change it later on. I'm going to show you my own website. See, my site title is the Mindpedia because this is the name of my website. As you can see, this is the name of my website and this is the site title. And the tagline which I'm using is Solopreneur's Guide to Success, because my website is all about being solopreneur, a single person handling everything. So whatever I have learned and learning, I share my experience through this website to you and to everyone else. So that is my tagline. My website will comprises of how to improve your memory, some money, what are the genuine ways of earning online. Along with that, in the future I will add, as in how I myself increase my skills, I will add those things in the website. So in your, you have to, you have it, you can also change it. So let's see. Right now I have the Mindpedia, isn't it? So if I change this name to some other, suppose I write it Mosam and then I update it, see, it gets updated, and then let me update it. Now if I refresh, you see the name changes. Now this site tagline, this is not being shown over here. Now in order to see it, you have to change it in the settings. The theme which I have installed is Astra. In Astra you can hide this tagline. So let me go to the Astra logo part and let me on in. So here it was hidden, that's the reason you were not able to see. So let me publish it. Now in some other video I will show how you can customize your Astra theme. In today's video this is not the topic of discussion. So you see, if you want you can change this tagline, just write some text and just save it. Now your tagline gets updated. Now these two are very important. This is important because this site title and tagline should clearly tell your user what this website is all about. If it can convey this information to a user, then this information will also be understood by search engine. So you need to tell your search engine and the user clearly what your website is all about. So this is an example. My website is the Mindpedia and it is Solopreneur's Guide to Success. After that, the next option is the WordPress URL and site address. These two will be the same. If you have installed a WordPress website, these things will be already pre-written. Now the thing is that I am using a local WordPress. That's the reason you are getting such kind of numbers. But when you install a WordPress, you will find your WordPress URL present over here. Sometimes you will, now if you do not have SSL installed, in that case you might see it is HTTP. Now I highly recommend that you install SSL. Now if you do not have SSL in your WordPress or you want to add a SSL, kindly comment below. In my future video I will make a video how you can add a free SSL from Zero SSL. So those are free. The only thing is that you have to manually update your SSL after every 3 months, which is not a very big process. It will hardly take 5 minutes in order to do so. But if you use the free service, then you have to manually update it after every 3 months. And if you buy it from your hosting, in that case they will update it for you. In some premium hostings, they provide, for one website they provide the free SSL. So please, whenever you buy any hosting, you will get to know about it. But whether you buy it or you don't buy it, you have to have an SSL. Now after that, it is the administrative email. As I have told you, this is the email address through which WordPress communicates with you. Now when you install WordPress, you will be giving your administrative email. Now for security reasons I am not mentioning my URL over here, so you have already present this URL. Now if you want to change it, you can change it, but in that case you have to confirm your next URL. So a confirmation mail will be sent to your new URL and also to the old one. You have to verify it. Now regarding the membership, whether you want anyone to register or not, that depends upon you. If your website is regarding membership websites, something that provides membership, in that case you will have to turn it on, or else you don't need it. Now what is the role of a new? Now regarding this, suppose whenever you want to add a new user, now where you can add a user, go to user, add new, and you can add a new user. Now this user, what type of user it is, what should be the default user, that you can change over here. So is it a subscriber, a contributor, a author, or administrator, or editor? So if you select any one of them and save it, in that case, whenever you add new user, it by default that person will be whatever you have selected the role to be. So this is what needs to be done. Now generally people are subscriber, hardly you will have one or two authors in your website. So if you have more than one authors, in that case you can do it. If you have a website where there are many people who are contributing to your website as a guest blogger, in that case you will be selecting contributor and then save it. Site language is the language in which the WordPress is. Now if you are watching this video, then obviously you know English, and I hope you have an English website. In that case you will be selecting English, or else depending upon your language you can select any one of them. Then you have the time zone. Time zone depends upon the place from where you are blogging. So suppose if you are anywhere in Africa, then you will be selecting any one of these states. If you are in America, then these are the name. So if you are in India, then you have Kolkata over here. Yeah, somewhere Kolkata is over here. Now if your city name is not present over here, then also you can use the UTC. So it's the differentiation from your Greenwich Mean Time. So that is how from the Greenwich Mean Time how much different is your time zone, that will be mentioned over here. So if you're anywhere in India, then you will be selecting plus 5:30. So it's, yeah, you will be selecting this. Now this is the date format. So whenever I publish a blog, a date will be mentioned in the blog. Now what should be that format depends upon what I have written over here. Now if you go to my blog, then you will find that here just the day and month is mentioned. I am not mentioning the year, and for that reason what I have done is that I have customized it and I am replacing this year. So if I replace this year, see, you will have only the month and the day. So this is what I have done. Now it depends upon what you want to do. You can select any of the formats and just press save changes, and whenever you publish a blog, that is the date which will be mentioned over here. Now because the content which I write are more or less evergreen content, that is the reason I do not mention year. But if you have a website that is a trending website, the website that posts recent events and that may change after a few years, in that case it is preferable that you mention the year also. Because please understand, search engine optimization is all about users experience. So if a user is happy with your website, then the search engine will also be happy with your website and it will rank your website. Because the duty of the search engine is to make sure it can answer the user, what the user is searching. So try to impress the user and then you can impress the search engine. Never try to use any manipulating tactics in order to rank in website, in search engine. So the next thing is that when your week starts, so in my country the week starts from Monday, so I've given Monday, so you can select any one of them depending upon your. So parallel I'm showing you my settings over here also. So these are the settings which I have. So I am right now in India, so my time zone is Kolkata. This is the custom which I have selected. This is the time which I want to show, and this is Monday. Next move to the writing section. In the writing section, whenever we print a blog post, what should be the category? Now let me show you mine. See, I have few categories already mentioned. So what should be the default category which I want it to present? Now these things, they help you while writing. They minimizes your time. Suppose you have suppose I want to write 50 articles on personal finance, then I will be selecting personal finance and I will be saving it. So next time whenever I want to write a blog post, this personal finance category will be auto selected. In that case it will save my time. So this is something which you can do in order to save your time. Where you can change the category? You can change the category you can go to post and you can go to category, and then you can write your own category. So let me write a new category, demo. So let me save it as a demo. Now when I go to settings, writing, I can select demo as a default category. So whenever I write an article, the demo will be, suppose I write an article, the demo will be as the default category. So let me show you by writing an article. See, whenever I start by writing an article, the category demo, it will be selected by default. So keep that in mind. Now the next thing is that what is the format of the post. Now the format of the post can be anything. By default, it's preferable you select standard unless and until you have a website that is completely regarding course, or a website that is completely regarding pictures. You select default, the standard one. So that is preferable. This post via mail, I do not use it. If you want, you can do it, but I don't think it is required, so I do not use it. This is the ping service which I was speaking about. By default, WordPress pings the Pingomatic. Apart from the Pingomatic, you can also find the full list over here. These are the all working ping services. So you can select any one of them and you can get it. Next, we have the reading. In the reading area, what should be the home page display? Your home page should display the latest post, or it should display a static post. Now let me show you the difference by first writing a post, because I do not have any page right now. Or do I have it? Let me see. Yeah, I do have a page. I do have a sample page, so let me show it to you. Let me show. So if you select your home display as a latest post, then your latest post will be displayed. So see over here, this is the latest post which has been displayed in my home directory. Now suppose I select a static page and I select a particular page, sample page, and I save it. If you do so, then whenever a user comes to your website, he will see that page which you have selected. He will see that page only. So you can change it to your static, the latest post, or the static page. Now in my case, I have a static page, which is the home page. I have written it, and this is how my home page looks like. I have customized it. In some other video I will teach you how you can customize it, but this is something which I have made it for myself. So you can select either the latest post, or you can just select the static post. Now if you select the latest post, how many blog pages you want to show, that also you can change over here. 10 posts, 20 posts. It is preferable to keep 10 to 15 posts, not beyond that, or else it will take a lot of time to load your home page. Now in each post in the feed, always give the summary. Don't give the full text. It is preferable to give the summary only. Whenever a user wants to read to your blog post, he will go through the post and he will read it. Unnecessarily writing everything on the first page, it's not justified. In the search engine visibility, kindly do not tick it. Now it should be as it is, because you want your search engine to index your website, so do not tick it. In the discussion, this is how you moderate your comment area. Now personally, I find that people just spam the comment section, so I have disabled. So in no post of mine you will find the comment activated, so I have disabled it. This helps also in improving the site speed, but apart from that, because people spam the comments area, that's the reason I have stopped it. Though there are plugins by which you can moderate, or you can do it manually also, but I prefer that it's better not to do so. If you want to connect with me, you can do it through my social media accounts, or you can directly mail it to me. You can mail. That's the reason I don't do it. But here are the settings which are present. You just go through them and you can understand. See, if you tick it, the comments will be manually approved. But then again, if there are 100 comments present to you, given to you, is it possible for you to moderate all the 100 comments? It is not, and that is the reason I personally do not allow comments in my blog. Also, you can moderate the number of links, because normally whenever people comment in your blog, they put random links, so you can moderate it over here. The next thing which we will see is the media. Now media section, you keep it as default only. You need to tick it on. By default it will be ticked only. Organize my uploads into months and year base. In that case, whenever you have any file, it will be arranged in terms of month and year. Now this is important, this permalink is important. Now permalink, you should write it as the post name. Please select this, it is important for SEO purpose. Now let me show it to you. Let me show you what does the permalink mean. Suppose this article, this particular article which I have written, in this particular article, after the name of my website, this portion, this shows the permalink. Now if you select, suppose if you select the permalink as the numeric, in that case it will be giving your WordPress name, then the name of the URL, then WordPress, then the archive, then some random number. Now in order for your search engine to understand your website and to index it properly, you need to select it as the post name. In that case, it will, after the URL, it will give you the post name. Now you can also change it, obviously, because see over here the name of my post is 15 easy ways to improve memory and concentration, isn't it? But obviously this is not. Why? Because in future, suppose if I change this 15 easy to 21 easy ways, so I cannot change the URL, because if you change the URL, the location will change and your indexing will get hampered. That's the reason always select a permalink which is evergreen. So even if you update the content in the future, you do not have to change the permalinks. Easy ways to improve memory and concentration. So this is good. These words are present in my title, and same words are also present in my URL. This number is something which I have changed. So it is advisable, unless and until your website is a trending website, do not mention year or number in the permalinks. So keep it plain and simple. So for SEO purpose, do select it as a post name. Obviously, while writing the article, as I will show you in my future videos, whenever you want to post an article, you can change the permalink, but by default it is preferable to keep it. Along with that, you also have a privacy. Now by default, whenever you install WordPress, in the recent WordPress, they have a privacy page already mentioned, so you can find it over here, page, all pages, a sample privacy page. It is already mentioned. WordPress has given you. All you have to do is that you have to replace few things and give it yours, or you have to mention your WordPress name and other things which you do. Regarding what is the good practice of privacy policy, I personally prefer that this privacy policy, it should be simple and to the point. So you kindly mention whatever you are doing with the data of your user clearly in the privacy policy, and keep it in simple language. You do not have to hire a lawyer to write a privacy policy. If you go to internet and search privacy policy generator, you will find tons of website. They will create a page for you, means a text for you, and you can just copy paste it to your page and you can update it. But I want it to be personal, so I have written a page which looks like something like this. This is something which is very personal. I have done it. If someone wants to contact me, then you can contact through suggest@themindpedia.com. I have told you what personal data I collect and why we collect it, how we moderate. Since I have told you that I have disabled the comment section, so there is no way I can collect any data from you, because this is a purely educational website. I post my knowledge in this website to you. Whenever you want to communicate, you can commit to the social media platforms and through the website. So obviously cookies are there. So what are the cookie policies, that also is clearly mentioned. Along with that, I also mentioned what the plugins which I'm using. So these are the plugins which I am using in this website. So if you use other plugins, you can show, you cannot show, it depends upon you. So this privacy policy is 100% your own just you tell the user, be honest with the user. That is what I will suggest. And also update your privacy policy from time to time. So today is your April 2021, so I updated it last on 22 March. So every 2 or 3 months I update it, because I changed the plugins and I changed some other things. Right now I am not displaying any ad in my website, so I am not giving any disclaimer over here. Now if in future I put any ad or affiliated link, then I will mention it over here. So this is all about the setting. Now you might see that in my website there are other options present, because I have added certain plugins. So we will discuss about what are the essential plugins that needs to be installed in the future videos. As for now, whenever you install a default WordPress, these are the settings which are present. So in the general setting, you have the site title, site tagline, the administrative URL, what is the role of the user, it should, and your time zone, whether the language of this should be English or any other language, and the date format which you want your user, the blog post to display to the user, also the time along with the reading, what should be the default category. I've also shown you how you can generate a category. Just go to post, go to category, and you can start and make your own category over here. Along with that, I have also given you an idea about this latest post and static post, what are these. So discussion, obviously you can moderate your comment as and how you want. By default they will tell you that up to 2 links are allowed. I suggest 0, because I do not want anyone to just showcase his spammy link in my comment section. So this is what I will suggest you. It depends upon you what you want to do. Media, you do not need to change anything, because whenever you upload any media to the WordPress dashboard in the Gutenberg especially, you can nowadays change the height, width, everything you can change, you can crop, you can do everything. So it's not required right now. Permalink, this is something which is important. I will highly suggest, please select it as the post name and then save. This is highly suggested. Also when you write a blog post, you can change the permalink. So I will show you too what is the best practice of writing a permalink. And this is the privacy policy. Your website should have a privacy policy. So by default your WordPress has given you privacy policy. Just add the data and you can use it, or you can generate your own, or you can just go to my website and view my privacy policy and get inspired by this or any other people. So this is all about the settings which are present in the WordPress default. Thank you for watching this video. If I have helped you understand regarding the WordPress settings, then do like, share and comment. If you have any doubt, kindly comment in the comment section. I will try to eliminate those doubts. If you request for any other tutorial, you can mention that also. In the future videos I will make video on them. Thank you. Take care. Bye.